What's going on, y'all? Forward Fabian Horror back again with a video, man. We're actually doing a reaction to the Backrooms Lighting and Tile Survey, which dropped like 16 hours ago on Kane Pixel's channel. This is like my third introduction to these videos. I've done two previously. Found footage reaction 1 and 2. So let's just go ahead and hop right in, man. Comment down below. Let me know what else y'all want to see.
Alright. Today is November 14th. It is a Tuesday. Here we are. It is incredibly cold. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, we'll actually have a decent heating system down here. That'd be nice. Die of hypothermia. Oh, hello, camera.
Put these straps are in the bin right there. Make sure to get the red one, alright? Because the green one reads.
10-4.
If you've been injured in a car accident, don't call an attorney. Use.
Why is the music so eerie? You know what I mean? Like real creepy, like.
There's no insulation on top, and I'm seeing a bunch on the floor above. There's ventilation as well. You see that? You see the vents?
Yeah, it goes around the back to the right.
Yeah, some of it's insulated, I think. I don't know. I'm not a vent guy. I don't know. Oh, it looks no rust, I think. Huh.
More than one floor, and I use that term loosely. We then attempted to cut power to the nearest fluorescent light fixture, a standard troffer. However, we were unable to isolate the power source, and the conduit remained live, despite the absence of any visible external power supply. The source of electrical current remains unknown at this time. Using an insulated toolkit, we carefully isolated the light fixture from its electrical conduit, extracted the troffer from the ceiling, and transported it back inside, back to standard for analysis. And they added a 0.5 meter sample of conduit was also taken, with all exposed wiring safely secured afterwards in the ceiling. So the ceiling tile extracted measures 1.27 meters by 1.14 meters, which is certainly not standard, but it's composed primarily of mineral fiber.
I'm already jumping ahead, man. They talked about the they didn't know where electrical current was coming from. I guess that was powering this light or whatever this object was. But what I'm already assuming is the removal, like that current is what creates the portal, right? If you know there's a portal to where you go through when you go to the back rooms. How you go through, how you get through, we don't know.
It seems normal in composition, has a fissured texture with mild tegular edges. So after initial analysis, the composition of the tile estimated is around 60% mineral wool, which is fibers of amorphous silicate, usually derived from, I think it's basalt or slag. Around 20% expanded perlite, which is primarily of silicon dioxide and aluminium oxide, and the rest is a undefined mixture of silicate material, some starch, latex polymers, and some organic fibers derived from plant materials.
Huh?
Recycled cellulose, really. But the light troffer housing is made of galvanized steel coated with a thin layer of zinc. Inside, the fluorescent bulbs are non-standard in proportion, most closely resembling T12 bulbs. So the 4 bulbs measure 1.2 meters in length with a diameter of 38.1 millimeters. We're extrapolating here, only 51, but all the NWAs and the rest contain the following components. Phosphor coating, the calcium halophosphate for converting ultraviolet light to visible light, mercury vapor in a small quantity which facilitates the ultraviolet light emission, argon gas, and again this is all standard for these fluorescent bulbs. That's an inert gas that assists with regulating the current and really starting the bulbs, and they are connected via a G13 base, which is a standard 2-pin base with 13 millimeter spacing for electrical connection.
What are we talking about here?
The wiring connected to the fixture is PVC insulated copper, which appears standard again. The prismatic diffuser over the bulbs is made of polymethyl methacrylate, which is again commonly used for its light diffusion properties. I mean, it's what we have in the building here, very standard.
What are we talking about, ladies and gentlemen? What are they trying to tell us? Like, they're breaking down a whole light fixture. But I still believe my first
We
statement.
also inspected the ballast, which is of the electromagnetic type. There's some variation in how they're being manufactured now. This one contains a laminated steel core and copper windings designed to operate at 60 hertz. So the ballast emits a prominent 120 hertz hum. This seems to be the case for the majority, if not all, of the lights in the complex that we've assessed thus far, mostly just through simple curing. But this is due to magnetostriction and core vibration. But the noise may be exacerbated by loose lamination plates or degradation of the insulating potting material over time. So it's definitely an indication that this has been running for a little bit. I mean, despite its age, the ballast is functional. Its large proportions suggest it was built for a non-standard space, not something you'd find in the majority of offices or most commercial spaces, though that's not something I'm too familiar with, truthfully. Now, we did find, so material compositions all seem expected, or we don't know what to expect here. They seem, everything we've looked at so far, again, this is rudimentary early testing, but everything seems pretty congruent with what you might rudimentary early testing, but everything seems pretty congruent with what you might expect from one of the troffer lights you could pull out of the ceiling in this building right here. So nothing too strange, but that maybe makes things even stranger. Because we look at these lights, and let me see. So several labels were marked on various components of the troffer. So on the ballast, we found markings for marked it as a universal ballast, Type A, manufactured in 1975 with serial number A75234X. The troffer itself is stamped 3X432, and that was manufactured in 1973 in Reading, Pennsylvania, and it is UL listed. And the bulbs were manufactured by Sylvania, and they're marked F40SW, that's soft white, with no visible date information. It's left blank, but it is noted as made in the USA. So, I mean, though outdated in design, the fixture appears fully functional. The stable operation of all light fixtures in the subdivision points to a continuous, potentially autonomous power source, which still remains unidentified. We're doing what we can.
Oh,
The materials used are durable with minimal visible wear, suggesting they were built for long-term, possibly indefinite use. So this concludes the initial findings. Further investigation.
so I guess I should have kind of. I don't know. I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know y'all's thoughts on this. Cause I'm thinking I should have watched them in a specific order. You know what I mean? Because looks like the context they're providing is this is actually after the fact of the occurrences, and they're looking and trying to figure out. This looks like they've made it into the back rooms, and they're trying to figure out the different pieces and parts of it, and they're noticing the light structures, the light fixtures have continuous energy being ran through them without any source. So that just adds to the mystique of the back rooms. Yeah, I skipped ahead. I've only been in 2. I did the first 2 initial ones, so this was trending, so I decided to partake. But I don't know, man. Comment down below. This is interesting. I know he got like 50 of these videos, and I don't know if I'm gonna take time to go through all of them. But let me know y'all's thoughts, man. Peace, love, prosperity. God bless.